Hello, my precious viewers. How is everyone doing? I hope very well. Today, I've decided to make a special about fasting. The world has been taken by storm with fasting. Everyone is realizing the importance of fasting. A lot of people have been fasting. I personally used to fast a lot. I haven't since I started my keto diet. I've done some intermittent fasting, but fasting has been calling me. My wisdom teeth are coming out. One of them is almost 75% out. Can you believe I'm in my 40s and I'm having my teeth come out? And the second one is just breaking the gum, and it's been giving me trouble. Also, I was at the gym the other day. I was so sweaty. I left and it was so windy, and my back, something happened. And it's been aching, and the ache went up to my neck, and I'm just feeling, every time I wake up in the morning, I'm not attracted to food anymore. I'm tired of eating. So it's like, all these signs, they're just calling me and telling me, you have to fast. It's time to fast. And I have been ignoring fasting for the whole 11 months I've been on the keto diet because I've done intermittent fasting here and there, but I really need to fast. My goal for 2016 is fast for 40 days in a row on water only. I hope I can achieve it, but for now I'm going to try to do 3 days or 5 days. I'm not going to count the days. I was thinking to count the days, but then I realized we shouldn't really. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice, by the way. I'm just saying that you can't really determine, because if you plan 3 days and then after 1 day you're not feeling well, you should just break your fast. The fasting is something that you do between you and yourself, for nobody else. Also, I have to tell you, do not do this if you're trying to lose weight. I'm not doing it for losing weight, because I know once I stop the fast and I start eating, all the weight comes back. So I'm doing this mainly because my health is hitting a wall right now, and I know I have a lot of medication from the past, from when I had asthma, I was a child, or the vaccinations that I had double vaccines, because when I came to the US, you have to get vaccinated all over again. And I feel there's something wrong with my body. I'm just trying to purge everything. If there is anything that's not supposed to be there, I think fast will purge it. But maybe not the 3 days, maybe not the 7 days, maybe not the 11 days. Probably the 40 days will purge it. But let's start small steps, baby steps, okay? So I'm going to split this video into 3 categories. The first category is pre-fast. This is going to be advice and little things to take into consideration if you're going to embark on a journey of fasting. The second category is going to be during the fast. And the third one is after the fast. They're both equally important, but the most important one is the last one, after fasting and when you are about to break your fast. A lot of people make a lot of mistakes, and I've seen it all over the internet, and I need to share this with the world. Hopefully, okay, so this is my opinion, of course. I'm not talking in the name of anyone, but I think this is going to be pretty important for those that really want to practice fasting for the first time, So let's start. Before fasting, set your intention. Okay? If you're fasting, like walking in the dark, it's not going to benefit you as if you set the intention ahead of time and really focus on what you want to get from this fast and why you're doing it. So I do not advise doing it for weight loss, because you're going to gain it all. No matter how you avoid food, you will gain the weight. You have to lose it in a different way. You have to lose the weight by changing your lifestyle. So I do not advise doing this for weight loss. I advise doing it either because you feel there's something, your health is not getting where it's supposed to, it's not where it's supposed to be, or you're having obstacles, you're having cravings, you have a condition you need to heal. I'm not saying that this fasting heals conditions. You have to consult with your doctor if you have something severe. But I'm saying a lot of people are online everywhere as proof that fasting works. It literally purges everything out of your system, especially if you do a fast on water, okay? So set the intention before you start. Number two, please don't binge before you start fasting. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to stop eating. Let me eat as much as I can now. That's not the intention of fasting. Fasting is purging your system out of toxicity, bad things that are there, heavy metals and things like that, and spiritually clearing your mind, and also allowing for maximum healing, because when the body doesn't have food going into it, all the systems work on healing and fixing and repairing, which we never allow it to, because we're constantly eating. It's a lot, okay? So do not binge. Also, do not use any chemicals the day before. I'm planning to fast tomorrow. I'm pretty much ready. I've been ready for a while, but I promised to announce it online and see if anyone wants to join me. I'm planning to do a 3-day fast. If it goes well, I'll continue. If it doesn't, if I feel hungry, I'll break it the first day. I have no problems. I don't care about anything except my health, and I'm really in touch with my body, so I know when I need to stop, okay? And you should do the same. Do not force yourself beyond what you can. Also, no deodorants, no sprays, no hairsprays. If you have to wear makeup, wear it, but try to get mineral makeup, because let me tell you, fasting is about clearing the body, the pores, especially where toxicity comes out. Pores, your gut. I'm going to tell you what to do on the second day, on the first day of fasting, and preparing your body to release everything without having any blockages. So all the creams and stuff, if you can take a bath the night before with Epsom salts, it's better than a shower. Do not use deodorant, and if you have to, use baking soda with a little bit of coconut oil. Let your body perspire. If you have to shave hair, don't shave it, leave it, because hair helps remove toxicity. And that's pretty much it, I think. Also, if you can, so today I really didn't eat much. This morning I had a little chai blended with a little bit of coconut oil. I didn't use butter. I'm on a vegetarian diet. I have been for like almost 10 days now, approaching 2 weeks. And I'm just having liquids today. So my salad, I'm gonna blend it like gazpacho. So I'm just gonna grab my lettuce, my spinach and everything, blend it with water, put a little bit of salt and lemon and a little bit of tomatoes, and just drink it instead of eating it. So I'm doing a liquid day today, okay? And you can too. If you can't join me tomorrow for the fast, don't worry, because I'm gonna be fasting a lot in the next few months. Probably at least I'm gonna embark on, hopefully, 11 fasts. I don't know how long they're gonna last, but I'm hoping a long time, okay? Because I think fasting is the mother of ketosis. Actually, ketosis is a mimic of fasting. You remove the carbohydrates, you minimize your proteins so they don't turn into glycogen in the body, and you just ingest fats. So fats put you in ketosis, and fasting is the true form of ketosis, because humans never measured their foods or their calories or knew what fat meant or how many calories it has. The only ketosis humans have embarked on for millions of years since our existence is abstinence from food, and that's what we're going to try to do. So the day of fasting, what I do is I drink 1 liter of good water, mountain spring water. A lot of people do distilled water. Distilled water will pull nutrients out of your body. It might pull some toxicity, but it will also pull the minerals and vitamins out of your body. So try to have complete water. I call it complete water, spring water. So what I do is I have 1 tablespoon, this is during the fast, 1 tablespoon of good wholesome salt with 82 minerals plus Celtic salt or Himalayan salt, 1 tablespoon in lukewarm 1 liter of water, and I just drink it. Once I drink it, in an hour or 2 hours, it sends me to the bathroom, and you clean your body from your mouth to your colon. So it's wonderful. It's the easiest way to do it. You want to start your fast as clean and clear as possible, and drink a lot of water after that, okay? So that's the number 1. Number 2, I think this should be backwards. Number 2 is gratitude. Number 1 is gratitude. You need to wake up in the morning and start enumerating the things you're grateful for. For example, that you woke up. A lot of people never wake up from their sleep. So every morning when I wake up, I'm always grateful for having awoken, you know, number one. And then be grateful for having shelter, for having family, for having your eyes, for having your hands, for having your intelligence, your brain, for having this communication mean, which is this YouTube channel for us to communicate and learn from each other. A lot of things we have in our lives that we're not grateful for. So gratitude is fantastic. So I would put that first before the saltwater flush. Then you get out of bed and do your saltwater flush. If you want to, you don't have to do it. If you feel you haven't eaten much the day before and you're fine, your belly is not full, you should just skip it if you want. So this is only a 3-day fast, hopefully. Oil pulling. Excuse me. I like to start my day also with oil pulling. So we're going to start pulling as many things from our body as possible. I put a little bit of coconut oil in my hair today, and I'm letting it soak because oil pulls everything. So wherever you can put some in your body, it's very, very good, and it pulls. In Ayurveda, which is the ancient healing practice in India, they use a lot of oil. There's something called panchakarma, which I wanted to do. It's like a practice where they pour oil all over you. They make you drink oil, you vomit, and all that stuff. It's really, really very, very cleansing. So oil pulling. Take a bath, again, if you can, in the morning, to have all the toxicity that you were sweating at night release in the water. Put Epsom salt. If you don't have Epsom salt, sea salt is fine. And just soak for a little bit. Do another meditation for 10 minutes would be great, okay? Scrub yourself if you can with a towel or something that stimulates your skin. So you can do this for the whole fast, either every day or every other day. If it's a long fast, I suggest you do it every other day or every 2 days. You have to stimulate your pores to release toxins, okay? I'm not sure they're called toxins, but whatever you want to release will be coming out of your body, of your skin. Important, one of your friends is going to be an enema bag. If anything goes wrong in your fast, especially if you're doing a long fast, it's because you're not letting toxicity come out fast from your body. If you're very toxic, I highly suggest doing an enema. A lot of people say you have to do a coffee enema. I would only suggest a coffee enema if you're very toxic, or if you're purging something like drugs or lots of alcohol or medication or something. You know that you have it trapped in your body and it's going to come out. Help yourself by doing an enema. Very important. Nothing can go wrong if you do an enema. Again, I'm not a doctor. If you have a severe condition, you have to consult with a professional. But I know from all my research that enemas are very, very helpful. If you have pain in the back, it's because of all the impacted stuff that's in your gut, in your in your colon, your big intestine. So you want to flush that out as much as you can. Do at least one enema every 2-3 days. It'll be very helpful. If you're not very toxic, like I said, just use lukewarm water. And if you feel very toxic, use coffee, organic coffee enema, because it does stimulate the colon like 10 times more than the water, and it flushes more toxins out, okay? But also you get the caffeine, so maybe it's not the best. Just water it down. Don't make it too strong. Okay, enema. And your best other friend that you need to have is water. Try to pick good water. I usually use Fiji or Evian water. I try to use mountain spring water. There's also, we have a bunch of other ones in Los Angeles that are pretty good, local ones, Arrowhead and things like that. Use mountain spring water. I highly suggest it. You can use distilled water, but like I said, distilled water will pull vitamins and minerals because it doesn't have all those, they've been distilled. So make sure a complete water is better, and it's easier on your body, okay? Use baking soda, like I said, under your arms. Don't use any perfumes or any shampoos or any creams. If you have to do makeup, do just your eyes with the mascara. Try to pick healthy products that have minerals only and no toxicity, okay? Don't put any foundation on if you can, just because your face sweats and the stuff not tries to come out from your face as well. This is the abstain part. Abstain from TV. TV commercials are very hard when you're not eating, especially when they're advertising pizza and pasta and all those things that are in the past. So try to avoid TV. Also, it's too abrasive to your brain. You want to be in serenity, in tranquility. Try to use classical music, no music that's very harsh. There is a magic about classical music and the vibration it sends to the brain. You know, Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, beautiful music it'll actually help you detox a lot better, okay? Very important. Try to abstain from gossip, magazines. If someone gets engaged with you in a conversation that you don't really like, don't answer, just let it slide. You are in a fast, not from food only, but also from practicing bad things, you know, on a daily life. So I suggest you just try to create a space that's very quiet and calm for yourself. If you have to work, that's okay. If your work is very strenuous on your brain, that's going to be a difficult one because the brain consumes a lot of calories. But try to do it, to do one day at a time until you practice and you become an expert. Then you can do more days, okay? Electronics, abstain from all the electronics, phones, texting, calling too much, talking too much. This all requires a lot of energy, believe it or not. So just sit your phone down, your iPad, and pick up a book if you can. I recommend 2 books, The Majesty of Calmness, and by William Jordan, I think, and The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. They're very good. Every time I fast, I open them and I just feel so wonderful. So I suggest you, I will put the name of the books below this video. What else? Strenuous activity. During the fast, I don't recommend you exercising, especially if you're gonna do a long fast. If you do just a 2-day, 1 day, it's okay, you can exercise. I guess it's not that bad. But if you're doing a long-term fast over 5 days, 7 days, I don't recommend exercising unless you walk. Just slowly walk. Don't climb any stairs. Don't force yourself too much because the body's just adjusting, especially in the first 7 to 11 days. So let your body adjust slowly. Also, if you are tempted to break your fast, if you get any reaction or something, just calm down, sit down, practice some breathing, and put some music and get your mind off of it. Drink more water and just relax because it might pass. If it doesn't pass and it persists for like more than an hour, if you're dizzy, just relax. It all will pass because your body is kind of getting into ketosis and you probably are being depleted of glycogen, and it does happen. But your body is very intelligent and it will adjust. So don't be panicky. Don't go and break your fast immediately. Give it a few minutes. It might just pass. If it doesn't pass, then I definitely suggest drinking a broth or having maybe a little, cabbage soup or something like that, okay? Now, after the fast, very important. How do you break your fast? Very important. First of all, don't break your fast if you're not ready. If you finished 3 days and you had planned 3 days and you feel great, just continue. You might go to 4 or 5 days and it will be a lot more beneficial for you. That's actually what I'm going to do personally. I'm not going to break my fast until I feel I really need to break it. So I'm planning on 3 days. Obviously, if I don't feel good the first day, I'm going to break it. But most likely, I will continue to the 3rd day, and then I'm going to see how I feel. If I wake up in the morning feeling great, I'm just going to continue, okay? So continue as much as you can because the longer the fast, the more beneficial for your body, the more toxicity is coming out, and the more your body is able to heal and recover. If your fast has lasted for 3 days, do a half a day of liquids when you break the fast. Do not break your fast with fruit or fruit juice. That's pure sugar. You know, fruit is hybridized. It's not sweet in nature. Humans have hybridized it with cane sugar and with beetroot. So it contains artificial sugar, believe it or not, although it's called fruit. So I don't recommend putting sugar back in your system. Your sugar increases your insulin. When your insulin goes up, that's not a good thing. So try to keep your blood sugar levels low or very steady. Break your fast with cabbage soup or cabbage broth. I recommend, if you have fasted only 3 days, you can drink the soup with the cabbage. Cook it very well so it's easy on the digestive system. And otherwise, you can just do the cabbage broth if you've done a fast longer than 5-7 days. Cabbage broth, and then the next day, keep the first day only liquids. The next day, do a little puree, because I know you might be able to eat solids right away, but why do that? Because the body is rested. Just keep it in that rest. Give it some calories and some nutrition, but keep it in that rest pattern and go as you went like this, go like this slowly. Don't go like boom, falling down on hard foods. So I suggest cabbage soup, vegetable soup, any kind of soup, leek soup, anything that's vegetables. Blend it, and if you want to put a little, if you're on the ketogenic diet, put a little bit of coconut oil or butter or something, and blend it with it. The butter and the fats will give you the energy without raising your blood sugar levels. Very important. Do that for 3 days, then start integrating more of salads, leafy greens. Try to cook your foods for the first 3 days because they're much easier to digest. If you don't, they're very hard, and the stomach is requires a lot, although they have more enzymes, but they're harsher. They're scraping to the gut, to the stomach and the intestines. So I highly suggest maybe some kale or some spinach. You know, you just steam it for literally 1 minute. You don't have to steam it for that long. Avoid spices. Avoid all that stuff that gives a lot of flavor. Just keep your foods very bland for the first 3 days to 6 days, especially if you're coming out of a long fast, okay? No fruit, please. I see a lot of people breaking their fast with fruit. Fruit is very high in sugar. It's unnatural, it's hybridized, and it will raise your insulin levels, and that's not good. We're trying to cleanse and detox from sugars, and we go back to sugars. Unless you're a vegan or you're fruitarian and your body's used to it and you work out a lot and you burn it, I do not recommend fruit, okay? Even though people say it has water, a lot of other vegetables have water. Celery has water. Cucumbers have water. A lot of vegetables have nice water without the sugars, okay? Also, if you want to break your fast with even better, more powerful, and if you haven't done a long fast, I say between 11 days, no more than 11 days, do bone broth or chicken broth. It's very, very good, especially if you're not vegetarian or vegan. It's very good for you. Strain it so you don't have any particles and you don't have to digest it for the first 2-3 days. And then the third day you can have a little bit of the without straining it. Bone broth is fantastic, magnificent, loaded with minerals and vitamins. There's no other broth that's more nutritious than bone broth. And chicken broth with bones is also fantastic and wonderful. Don't forget to give gratitude. Stay away from all the troubles. Stay away from hecticness. Relax, meditate. This is a journey of traveling inwards. So we've been doing all the stuff outward and trying to get the six-pack. Now we need to get the little six-pack in here, okay? So anyways, I hope this video has helped you out. I hope I didn't ramble too much. So tomorrow I will be logging in the morning, hopefully 5 minutes or maybe 2 minutes in the morning, in the evening as well. I'm gonna do 6 logs. So for the next 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I will be logging for a few minutes in the morning, a few minutes in the evening, and checking with you and giving you more power and motivation so you can continue your fast. Again, if you have a condition, if you're too young to fast, younger than 21 years old, if you are pregnant, if you have a severe condition, I don't recommend fasting. If you're a type 1 diabetic, also you need to consult with your professional, healthcare professional. I'm not a doctor, I don't know much about those things, so you have to consult and get the right information so you don't get yourself in trouble, okay? Fasting is a wonderful healing journey and it's overdue for me. My wisdom tooth hurts, my back hurts, I think it's calling me very loud. I hope you guys can join me. If you're gonna join me, leave me a comment below and I will check with you. I'll be doing video, like I said, tomorrow morning and one in the evening for the next 3 days. That's 6 videos. And the next week I will go back to posting regular videos with recipes and stuff. Even though I'm gonna embark on more fasts, I'm gonna keep doing all my other videos for health and beauty and nutrition and all that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you appreciated this video and you've enjoyed it and it was beneficial for you. Give it a like if it was. And thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.